Hi, my name is Trax. I am 29 years old and I am the Whole Body Associate Team Leader at Whole Foods Market in Lakeview. I grew up in Virginia at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in a small town called Fort Defiance. It was rural, but it was it was really rural. It was good though. I mean, it was really safe, and I got a great education, and it was all of the things that my parents wanted it to be for us. It was one liberal Italian family living amongst conservative white people. So they did their best to make that suitable for us. Terrifying. I moved out here 4 years ago, and then promptly I moved out here without a job. I quit my job. I packed 3 duffel bags and I moved to Chicago like I knew what the hell I was doing. I got here and Whole Foods hired me as a part-time team member in prep foods because I had culinary experience, and then I left. I moved back home. 10 months later, I was like, nope, can't do it. I don't know what the hell's going on in Chicago, but I'm not built for public transportation, and I give every stranger on the street every dime I own. So I moved back home and was working for a Whole Foods out there, but then I came back 6 months later because I was like, let me act right and give this a fair chance. And it took me, I would say this is probably the first year that I felt like Chicago was home. Whew. No. I think 19 was not my best year. I mean, I was doing my best, which was terrible. What I was doing was terrible. I was a sophomore in college, and I was a party animal, contrary to how people know me now. Nobody believes that I drank a drop of alcohol in my life. But not that I wouldn't have been friends with me in like a mean way. I just don't think I would have been interested in my antics. I mean, I was just up to no good at all times. I think I'd be more inclined to give that young self a hug and be like, you are actually gonna make it, and you're gonna be a lot cooler than you are now, even though you think you're the coolest. So I needed to find a way to cope with my anxiety that wasn't addicting in a bad way. So I started bringing people food at work. I started cooking a lot at home. I think also when you're broke and you need to like really budget, you learn to cook, and food makes me really happy. I have most of my memories as a young child are around food and all of those smells. My mom used to make us sit at the table for as long as it took her to make supper. So, you know, if she was making meatballs, we were sitting there for quite some time telling her about the day. So that's why, I just love food. I don't wish to ever do it professionally. I don't wish to ever stand behind a line ever again or work those hours, but having people over and, having conversation and making food, I think that that's really important. I feel like queer is kind of, I didn't relate to that word for a long time because I really didn't know that it was like appropriate. Anytime somebody said queer in my neck of the woods, it was like, not a nice thing. So queer feels really liberating to me. It feels like kind of what I've been looking for my whole life, which is to not continuously label myself. You know, I can identify as trans, I can identify as trans, I can identify as your friend, your brother, your sister, but queer is like really all encompassing, and I don't feel like it means that you have to fit into any one aspect of queer. It's just kind of this umbrella term that makes it all so less complicated, which is all I've been looking for my whole life, is to make things less complicated. I love that word. I think we should be teaching our young people to use that word, and not in a scary way, but in an empowering, liberating way. We talked about what I would say to my young 17-year-old self, and it doesn't get good till you're about 30, and then it starts to even out, and you care less about all the garbage you cared about earlier. I just feel really thankful to be part of a project like this, because I think that it's important to be visible and show people, you know, that we're just humans trying to live our lives, and we're good people, and we're kind, and I don't know, just regular, you know. That visibility feels really important to me, so I really like this, you know, just taking a peek into the real regular life of a Southern tranny. doing their best to get by. In a career outside of cooking professionally, I never thought that I would do anything big, and I feel like as much as I'm not doing anything, you know, monumentous, I feel like I wish somebody would have said, you can actually do this, and it'll go swimmingly. You just have to hustle, and that goes a long way.